Who? Oak Ridge? Yeah.
See, get Campbell, go get Dobbins Bennett, then Campbell County. Hell, we're still being asked 3-1. That'll be 4-0.
Now, Dobbins Bennett got beat by Greenville.
That's what I'm saying. They'll be 4-0.
It must be
probably
horrible.
5-0.
I'm trying to figure out what to predict that score tonight. I might predict it about 45-14. What do you think? You with that? You back me up on that?
No.
With Coach?
No.
What do you think? Give me what you think then.
Good evening and welcome to the locker room. Glad to have you with us tonight. We're at Calhoun's on the river, only the Oak Ridge River, not the Tennessee River.
I heard that.
So
Clinch.
this is the Clinch, I guess,
Clinch.
wherever we are here. But
I just told you we're in Oak Ridge
well,
on the
thank
Clinch
you.
River.
Well, thank you. But glad to have you with us. It's week 2 of high school football, and 2 weeks till college football. So a lot of things going on. But any surprises from week 1 for you? You lost a bunch, I know that.
I could care less about that. Any surprises? No, not
That's
really.
what I thought.
Maybe, Greenville beating DB.
Oh, come
That
on.
might be a
You didn't-
surprise.
You didn't think that was a surprise.
I didn't think Greenville would beat DB, so it's a
didn't?
surprise. No, I didn't. A 6A school going up against a 4A school? Come on.
Greenville's
Come on. No.
Greenville's a powerhouse.
Can be a powerhouse, but a 4A school going up against a 6A school, one of the bigger 6A schools in the state, no, shouldn't have happened.
Well,
Just my opinion, which don't mean a thing except to me.
that's right.
That's one. Other than that, that's really. I thought Cofield jumped out big. That's a surprise. Them scoring 70 points. They'll match that, if not more, this week.
That's not much of a surprise. I mean, I think that was probably Coach Henry.
I guess not a surprise, but I guess a closer score than what one coach would have wanted, and not as close enough on the other coach be Midway and Rockwood. That score, Rockwood, they said, jumped out to a big lead, had a lead on Midway. Midway fought back, and they would have won it by 1 or something like that.
Yeah, Rockwood was up by about 13. I think,
Yeah.
midway in the fourth quarter. So yeah.
So that's
Sure
a little of
Coach
a
Webb,
shock.
I'm sure Coach Webb would probably had rather not seen that collapse.
Not necessarily a shock, but just to go show you Midway's improving. And, I think Midway will have a little bit better year this year than what we're anticipating maybe.
Well, one thing about Midway, and it showed obviously Friday night, is they're not going to quit. They're not ever going to quit. Same as Harriman. Harriman came right back and fought and clawed their way, and they're just not going to quit.
I agree with you.
But as we go around, let's just go right here. Start right here locally on the go around. Oak Ridge gets a big win, 21-20. Doesn't matter what it is. Hardin Valley is a really, really good football team, and I think as the season goes along, Hardin Valley will be right there, looking to go a long way in the playoffs. Got a young running back, Scotty Dyke's son is going to be a real player. He'll be getting a lot of looks. Scotty's the offensive coordinator over there, and that's going to be a team that a lot of teams are going to have to go up against and play really well.
And I got a big question to ask Coach Gaddis tonight. I was told this, and I don't know if this is true or not. They said when Hardin Valley scored to get it within 1, that Oak Ridge jumped offside on purpose about 3 times to get the ball moved closer to the goal line. And people were questioning why Hardin Valley didn't go for 2. I don't know if that's actually how it went down or not. I didn't listen to the game or anything, so I don't know. So I told some people I would ask and see if that was correct. And, he missed the field goal, so I don't know if that's the case or not.
So Oak Ridge starts off 1-0. They'll go to Dobbins Bennett this week, and they should be 2-0.
I agree with that. Dobbins Bennett is apparently not a very good football team.
Okay. So we'll go up the road a little bit. Clinton had Scott County, a team that had been better the last couple of years, but a team like Scott County loses a lot of seniors and stuff, and sometimes it's hard to keep the train on the track. Clinton gets a big win, and Clinton needed that win.
Well, I agree with you on need the win, and you're right about Scott County. A team went 8-4 last year, I believe, and they're expecting to be somewhere around 500 this year. Lost a lot. I think a lot of people were disappointed in Clinton's output as far as points. They thought it probably should have been more than that. So maybe they'll clean some things up and get some things ironed out and put more points on the board.
We were at Kingston last week, where Harriman and Kingston start the season. A lot of flags, a lot of penalties. a game that was said like Harriman fought to the bitter end. Kingston showed some good signs. Kingston is physical up front, both sides of the ball. Heathley is a really good running back, strong running back. They seem to always have one. Quarterback is back, and probably one of the better quarterbacks in the area. Big, strong kid, throws the ball really well. Timing was off a little bit last week. First game out, probably had some jitters. But as he goes, so will this football team. But I look for Coach Pankey to be right in the thick of the region race. Maybe 8-2, 9-1.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about Rockwood and Midway. I think Coach Webb feels really good about his physicality of his football team. Probably the biggest offensive and defensive lines they've had in a while. Quarterback coming back, have some skilled people coming back. So I'm sure that he was disappointed in his defense allowing Midway to come back like they did. They'll go over that. They have a big road trip this week. They have to go to Sweetwater, a team that was in the region last year, a team that's had a good rivalry with Rockwood over the years. I think the Sweetwater game will be a big game for Rockwood. If they can go on the road and get a win at Sweetwater, then come home for Kingston, that would be a big boost for the Tigers.
I agree with you on that. That's Sweetwater, I think, has been a little thorn in the side for him, hasn't he? Just a little bit.
Kingston this week comes to Oliver Springs. Oliver Springs had an opportunity to start off their season with a big win. Had some turnovers, some miscues, a couple kids out with concussions, which will probably play large against Kingston. They needed everyone to be healthy against Kingston. So look for Kingston to go 2-0 this week. I think Coach Green is going to have to wait another week to try to get a big win for the Bobcats.
And I'll probably agree with you on that.
So,
What do you want me to do? Argue with you?
oh no.
Okay.
Some other big wins. Farragut had to go to overtime to get a win. That's a team again. I think Farragut. A lot of folks are probably gonna. They've got the D1 guys. One of them got 3 or 4 touchdowns, but I think when they get into the meat of their schedule, they're probably not gonna be near as strong as they were last year. I think that's a team. I think Oak Ridge will go to Farragut and still win. I said that early. I still think that. So.
Well, that's still 3 weeks away, so let's wait till
2
it gets.
weeks.
Let's wait till it gets a little closer.
Okay, we'll wait.
No, I think it's the 4th game. It's not 2 weeks. It's the 4th game.
Yeah.
Farragut, isn't it the 4th game?
Yes, they have West and then Farragut. You're right.
Yeah, it's the 4th game, so let's wait till they get a little closer before we start going out and we're really predicting that.
Okay. Yes.
West is after Farragut. It's Dobbins, Bennett, Campbell County,
Campbell County.
Farragut.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Campbell County goes to Davy Crockett this week. I think that's a win for Campbell County.
yes, I agree with you on that wholeheartedly. They should be entertaining Oak Ridge in a weeker, and they should both be undefeated, 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah, Dobbins Bennett, they'll win Dobbins Bennett.
Yeah.
Campbell County will win at Daniel Boone or David Crockett, and they'll be 2-0. Both of them be 2-0.
I think an exciting game this week was Catholic traveling to Maryville and have them on the ropes and letting them get away, the escape artists there at Catholic. But I think it showed what Catholic is capable of doing this year. I think Catholic will be another team that's going to be favored to go deep into the playoffs.
Whatever.
So Baylor will be at Catholic. No, I think Catholic's at Baylor. I think Catholic's at Baylor this week. I think they may have that wrong. Cofield will be at York. I like Cofield in that one. Midway at Monterey. I'll pick Midway in that one.
Yeah, I can take that.
Brainerd will be at Austin East. I like the Road Runners in that one. William Blount at Anderson County. I like Anderson County. William Blount didn't get it done at Lenoir City, and so I think Anderson County will get William Blount this week.
Well, that's a possibility, but if Anderson County if they put a second half like they had the first half last week, they could be in trouble. I mean, they didn't play very well in the first half against a Carter team. So we'll have to see which Anderson County team shows up.
Cleveland will be at Bearden, and Cleveland coming off of a really big win with Ray County. So I like Cleveland in that one.
I don't know nothing about them, but who'd you say they play?
Cleveland played Ray County last week.
Yeah, beat Ray County. So
Bearden played West.
Means Ray County must not be very good this year.
Ray County will be very tough.
And Cleveland beat them. And Ray County's going to be tough.
Yes.
Okay.
South Pittsburgh at Boyd Buchanan. I'll take South Pitt in that one.
Yeah, I think did Boyd Buchanan get beat this week? Did they get beat Friday night?
Not sure.
I thought I read where they did. I might be wrong.
Greenback at CAK. CAK in that one.
I'll take Greenback.
And Seymour at Clinton. I'll take Clinton in this one.
I'll go with that.
Carter at Cocke County. I'll take Carter to get their first win.
I can go with Carter.
And Campbell County at Davy Crockett. I said Campbell County on that one. Oak Ridge at Dobbins Bennett. We'll take Oak Ridge. Knoxville West at Hardin Valley. I'll take Hardin Valley West. Will have to wait another week to try to get another win. Meigs County at Hickson. I'll take Meigs County in that one.
Meigs County, pretty good football team. I don't know about Hickson. I can go with that.
Oakdale at Jellicoe. I'll take the Oakdale Eagles in that one. Halls at Carnes. I'll take Halls.
Me
Carnes,
too.
I'll have to wait another week to get away. Knoxville Grace, unable to get it done at Alcoa. Kings Academy, a good football team. That'll be a good game, but I'll go with Knoxville Grace. Knox Central at Fulton. I'll take Fulton.
Yes.
And
Even though could be an upset.
Asheville, North Carolina at Knoxville Webb. I'll take Webb. That's too long a trip for a high school team to have to take. Lenoir City at Loudon. I'll take Lenoir City in that one.
I'll take Lenoir City.
Farragut at McMinn County. I'll take Farragut.
Me too.
Kingston at Oliver Springs. I'll take the Yellow Jackets. Gatlinburg Pittman at Oneida. I like Oneida.
I'll take Oneida too.
And Granger at Pigeon Forge. I'll take Pigeon Forge. Science Hill at Ottawa. I'll take Ottawa.
You think Ottawa's that good?
Well, they got a big win this week. I just don't think Science Hill's that tough. Blackman at Ray County. Wow. So Coach Pemberton going out to Blackman. I'll take Ray County.
I'll take Blackman.
Stone Memorial at Scott. I'll take Stone Memorial.
I'll take Scott.
Heritage at Sevier County. I told you Heritage would win last week,
Okay.
and they'll win this week.
And I told you that Maryville would win last week, and they'll win this week.
Maryville. I've got Oakland.
And I told you the North City would win, and they won.
I'll take Oakland. Northview at Sullivan North. I'll take Northview. Rockwood at Sweetwater. Take the Tigers. And Harriman at Wartburg. I'll take the Blue Devils.
Now, wait a minute. Who'd you say, Rockwood at Sweetwater?
Yes.
I might take Sweetwater in that one.
Okay.
It's at Sweetwater, right?
It's at Sweetwater.
Now I'm going to take Rockwood.
Okay. So those are some games from around the area. We'll be back right after this.
Okay, you're going to take a commercial?
Let's take a break.
Say something, but I'll wait.
Yeah, let's take a break.
That was me, way back when. Some things have really changed over the years, but some things have gotten even better, like Reno's customer service. It's faster, friendlier, and we offer the name brands you ask for. East Tennessee's team dealer, Reno's Sporting Goods.
We treat you like family at RMG.
If you have scrap metal, Rome Metals will pay you cold hard cash on the spot. Junk cars, we buy them. Ferrous and non-ferrous metal, we buy that too. Aluminum cans, you bet. We can also arrange pickup for industrial customers. Rome Metals is located just off Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood. Open 8 till 4 weekdays and 8 till noon on Saturdays, the 11th and the 25th.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
We put a lot of love into our award-winning ribs to ensure you'll love them too. Calhoun's, over 30 years of love and ribs.
There's only one thing better than owning a Simplicity lawn tractor or zero-turn mower, and that's purchasing it at your neighborhood Simplicity dealer. It's like getting a free outdoor power equipment expert who will help you select, operate, and maintain your equipment for years to come. So visit your local Simplicity dealer today and get a free expert with every purchase.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
If you play team sports, you want the best gear and the top name brands. That's why at Reno Sporting Goods we offer the best and safest gear from top manufacturers like Adidas, Russell, Wilson, and more. Reno Sporting Goods, your team dealer.
Welcome back to the locker room. Glad to have you with us. And this is when the time starts flying by. We're already week 2 right now, and you know, getting such an early start.
It's 13 weeks left, though.
It'll fly by.
Yeah, it's slow, though.
It'll fly by.
It might. What I was going to say, make a comment about, might want to watch the York-Cofield game. You know, Parker McKinney was really close last week to tying a state record. He had 4 interceptions, 1 away from a record there. So he, you know, good athlete. Might want to watch it. He might break that state record.
He'll get a chance Friday night because Cofield.
5 in a game.
Cofield will.
5 in a game. That's what I'm saying. So he was really close. 4 of them.
Cofield will have their way Friday night again.
Oh, I'm sure they will, and I would be surprised if it's not 70 points again or more. But you know, Parker McKinney is someone to watch. I think a lot of coaches. I mean, you had this conversation not long ago.
Channel 12's the one to watch.
Well, Channel 12 might be one to watch, but if I'm going to watch a football player, I go watch Parker McKinney. Not only can he play offense, he can play defense, and I'll say it one more time. There's a lot of college football teams that's missing out on a good football player, period.
What do you mean?
Well, I just think there's some D1 schools that's overlooking him. I think he can play D1. And he might be really happy where he's going. And you said, and that's your argument, and that's fine. And if he's happy, I'm fine. I'm good with it. He didn't have to ask me anyway. I just think that he can play D1 football, and he can play on either side of the football, period.
Well,
and Brad said chance to play as a freshman, maybe where he's going. And maybe that's why.
Eastern Kentucky is not a slouchy football school.
I didn't say that. I'm not saying that.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying they've had lots of national championships.
Not agreed. 100%. I'm 100% on your side. Okay. I just think you ought to be more highly recruited, and it's all for the simple fact that he's from a Class A football team. And he's in a small community. If he was playing down here in Oak Ridge, they'd be scouts there. They'd be college coaches going in and out of that place every day. They'd be wanting film. They'd be wanting everything. So that's the only thing I'm saying. I think he's a really good athlete. He's a good kid. Somebody's missing out. I hope he goes to 4.0 student. I hope he goes to Eastern and sets every record he can set and breaks every record over there. But some college is missing out. Some D1 school somewhere is missing out.
But just stop and think. Let's see. Phil Sims. Where did Phil Sims go to school?
It doesn't really matter.
That's right.
But he probably got recruited,
that's
though.
My point.
He probably got recruited somewhere.
I don't know.
You know, but I'm just saying.
Chose
I'm just
But
saying, I would have loved to. I just thought I just think somebody's missing out on a good catch.
I mean, look
Good
at
football
all
player.
of the kids. Look at all of the kids that have gone to those mid-major schools and have outperformed the guys at the big time.
I listened to a guy
Bradshaw,
today.
your all-time favorite, Bradshaw.
Yeah, I listened to a guy today. And I don't know who he is. He's the quarterback for Wyoming. Did not get any offers coming out of high school. Went to a junior college, done a junior college route. Then the only offer he got after that was at Wichita. He has set all types of pass records, and he is in the sort of like in the Heisman part of it, the early talk part of it, for him throwing the football. And that's what he said today. He got 0 offers coming out, went the JUCO route, then the only offer, and he said he's happy with where he's at right now. So, but I just think that they're missing out just because he's a single A football player. They're missing out on it.
I agree. But, at the same time, there's a teammate of his that didn't miss out and had an opportunity to go, D1 from that same school.
Yeah, but a little bit different circumstance happened, though. I don't think you can compare them. So, I won't. I just think it's different circumstances. Some circumstances happened that were unforeseen, and
no, what I'm saying is that was a it seems like a lineman would be. I mean, it's pretty hard to overlook ability throwing the football, catching the football, or playing defense. When you've got big linemen, you're taking probably a bigger chance with them than you are some of the skill positions.
Well, there's like the guy that came from Clinton, Charles McCray, went on to UT to be a really good football player. In high school, he wasn't very much. Yeah. Got more recruited as a project. Size, and then turned out to be what he turned out to be at the University of Tennessee, and then went on and had a fairly good pro career, I think.
Former made a lot of good
No,
players.
Former didn't make that hire. He didn't make that hire.
Out of a lot of players.
Afraid not. No Former.
But as we're going around, the high school, boy, it felt good Friday night, though, didn't it? I mean,
I don't know. Where I was at, it was cool. I was in the house.
Well, what I'm saying is it felt good to just get it going again, to just be a part of it again. It's
Listen, here's what I told him about Friday night. I had a guy ask me this. He said, I thought you was doing the high school game Friday night. I said, well, I showed up, and Barry wouldn't let me talk. So I just eat Sonic all night.
I don't doubt it a bit.
So I told him, I said, he wouldn't let me talk. And
we
I
didn't
decided,
have Sonic Friday night.
We probably had Buddy's Barbecue then.
No.
What was it?
Yeah, they did before the game, I think.
Before the game, Buddy's Barbecue, always at Kingston. Sonic didn't show up. I'd have been disappointed if I had been.
Here's our 1A top 10 right now. Greenback number 2. Now, that may be a little overrated this early in the season. Of course, that's from last year, some of that hangover. Cofield at 7. I guarantee that the teams ahead of them don't want to play them.
No.
So, and in 2A, Marion County, a perennial powerhouse. Meigs County is down at 8. Another really good football team over the last couple of years, and certainly one that's been in this region for a couple of years.
Well, that Alcoa, they just keep being there. That was all this hype that Grace was going to really take them to the woodshed for this past week. There was a guy told me that, kept telling me that. I don't know, he must have drunk the Grace juice.
There's Austin East coming right out of 2A into 3A and already number 9, so they're getting a lot of respect.
It's early.
It is early. It is early.
Too early for to be honest with you. It's too early for. It's too early to have these polls out. They need to wait about week 4 and have them out.
I don't disagree with that.
About week 4.
And there's Greenville, right on top there at 4A, and then you see Anderson County at 7. And it's awful early. And in 5A, Catholic, Oak Ridge right there at number 3, Fulton.
Way overrated. First, and they've already lost, and they've got Catholic number 1. They must be paying somebody off.
Ray County,
Ray County, another team that
Central.
lost. You know, somebody that's lost a game doesn't deserve to. I mean, at this early season doesn't deserve to be ranked. Don't rank them. How do you justify that? How do you justify? How do you tell me that Catholic is better than Oak Ridge right today?
Nobody said there, but that doesn't
That's
mean
the
you're better.
that's the it's the ranking.
No.
That's why it's that means nothing to me.
Well, sure, because Catholic took on.
Well, sure, what? I'm right or I'm wrong?
No, Catholic took on the number 1 ranked team in the state, had them up, and they lost.
They lost.
They
right?
lost.
What you get feel goods now for losing?
No. Cleveland.
So no, they don't
Cleveland
deserve.
was
They don't
another
deserve to
team.
be. You want to rank them 9th or 10th. Don't rank them number 1.
I think if you.
It's like Fulton. They've not even played a game. They shouldn't be ranked neither.
And
they got 2 first-place votes, and they've not even played a game.
That they would be there at the
and
end.
you know
That's what it is.
You know I'm a Fulton guy.
That's what it.
But still, let's let them play a game.
Those votes are saying they'll be there in the end.
That's why that's doesn't need to be out right now. They ought to wait 2 or 3 weeks.
The only thing I agree with you on is that
you ought to agree with me on the other too.
No, I don't agree with you on any of that other.
And there's Bradley Central. How can Bradley Central be the number 4 team in Class 6A and they've already lost 1 game and they've already got
who did they lose to?
I don't care who they lost to. That's what I just tried to tell you on the other. I don't care that Catholic lost to Maryville. I don't care who they lost to. Who did they lose to?
I will agree with you on Bradley Central since they lost to Farragut, and Farragut's lower than
That's so that goes to show you. That goes to show you how. And they're the defending state champion. That's what you just. That was your big. That was your big argument on Maryville. See, that was your big argument on Maryville. You don't want me to slow down.
So here's a.
I didn't take my medicine.
We're gonna have to get you some. Because here's a 1-3 team in Maryville at Oakland. Now you talk about a crowd. Now that'll be a crowd.
What do you mean a 1-3? Oh, you talking about in the rankings?
In the rankings. So that'll be huge.
It'll be a good crowd. I'd say there'll be a good crowd there.
Yeah, that'll be huge. So we're getting some really good games. Right off the bat. And that's the way it should be.
I agree with you.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be right back in the locker room here in just a moment.
That was me, way back when. Some things have really changed over the years, but some things have gotten even better, like Reno's customer service. It's faster, friendlier, and we offer the name brands you ask for. East Tennessee's team dealer, Reno's Sporting Goods.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We put a lot of love into our award-winning ribs to ensure you'll love them too. Calhoun's, over 30 years of love and ribs.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. Rome Metals will treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
If you play team sports, you want the best gear and the top name brands. That's why at Reno Sporting Goods we offer the best and safest gear from top manufacturers like Adidas, Russell, Wilson, and more. Reno Sporting Goods, your team dealer.
Welcome back to the locker room. We would invite you to come on down to Calhoun's. The coaches' corner will be on immediately following us at 8 o'clock. So Coach Gaddis will be on to talk about the game last week and the upcoming game with Dobbins-Bennett. One of the things, they always say you improve more from week 1 to week 2 than you do the rest of the season. I thought it was interesting, and just on the Oak Ridge game for a little bit. Looks like their quarterback is settling down. He's got some, I think obviously Hardin Valley was not going to let Graham get loose. So what they did was they were able to get some other kids involved, and I think that's a big part of what's going to happen this year. They're going to end up with more weapons, so that if you try to isolate on Graham. And I think this young man is going to get better as the season goes along.
Well, the talk is Oak Ridge has still got a couple good receivers too. So sure. They got a good receiver. He's got some height on him and had a fairly good game from what I was told. And Stewart also had a pretty good game too from what was being said. So I think Oak Ridge you just can't key in on one person right now. You got to look at several people.
And I think it's ironic that we talk about every year the kicking game at Oak Ridge. I think Coach Gaddis and his special teams folks spend an awfully lot of time on the kicking game. And Oak Ridge has always had a very good kicker and punter, sometimes the same person as they had a couple of years ago. But it's huge.
It might have been last week they done this. I think he had a coach that said he'd been doing it for 40-plus years, and one had been doing 50.
Yes.
On his coaching staff.
In fact,
wow.
I think he came out of retirement some last year. I think he was starting to retire.
Yeah, I mean, they've always put some emphasis on that.
And it's huge. I mean, if you look around at high school football games, how many 1-point losses were there Friday night? There were several.
A bunch. Wonder how Triple D felt about that Friday night. He can't call us tonight, but
that's good.
If you'll give me your phone, if you give me your cell phone number, we'll say it, and he can call you, and we'll try to hold it up here and let him talk to you. And that way, it'd be 3 weeks in a row that you've lost to him. Triple D, I'm sorry they took the phone out tonight.
But
they wouldn't let you call.
As you look around, and as you look especially at these top 10 teams in high school football, look how many of them are in East Tennessee. I mean, it's becoming more and more dominant every year. That East Tennessee is dominating the football scene in high school.
Well, football keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and East Tennessee keeps getting stronger and stronger with it. I mean, we got some really good teams. I mean, a team that everybody really thought was going to be down this year, and that's Central. And Central, they go up to Tennessee High and pull one off. So I won't be shocked Friday night to hear that Central beats Fulton. I mean, I think they beat them the last couple of times they've played them. So I won't be shocked at that. It's at Fulton, but I won't be shocked. I think Fulton's got maybe one of their star players out for the year with a knee injury.
And, of course, as we talked last week, there are a lot of teams now that needed very, very badly to win last week to really get momentum, to say we're well on our way back. And the teams that didn't get that, a lot of them now are faced with even a tougher opponent this second week. So now you go 0-2 right off the bat. That's tough to overcome in high school.
Well, you start 0-2, there's a good possibility you're going to be 0-3. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, so you get them where it sort of becomes desperation time. I mean, you think week 3's desperation? It will be if you're 0-2.
And then you take the schedules that most of these coaches by regions don't have much control over, but it's and Oak Ridge is another. That's a good example again. They've got their first 4 games. That's a tough schedule. So if you come through that unscathed, then then the schedule favors you a little bit toward the middle. But how many times have we looked at those schedules to find bang, 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 or bang, 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 bang in a row? And Harriman had that last year.
Yeah,
Harriman went to the
usually you got a tough game, then you got a couple built in between. You'll have another, and then it'll be another game or two, and then you might have that bye in there. Yeah. It's like at Clinton. I'm wondering if the bye is too early in Clinton right before AC. If I'm 2-0, I sure probably don't want to be off week 3. Okay, to wait until week 4 to get Anderson County, because Clinton's got a bye in week 3 before AC. I would much rather go ahead and play the third week and let the bye be after AC, so you can heal up from the injuries or whatever happens in that game. Because listen, that game's going to be physical, irregardless whether somebody's 0-5 or 5-0, just because as close as they are to each other. And, just riding down the Charles D. Severs Boulevard a few miles to come down and play. That game is going to be physical. And Anderson County looks like they're a pretty physical football team.
Yeah, I mean, and a good example of what we're talking about is Oliver Springs. They have Kingston this week. Then they have Northview Academy, a new team for them. That's 3A. Then they're at Greenback. I mean, that's
I don't
brutal.
mean it, and I don't mean this in a bad way.
That's brutal.
But they could be 0-4.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Going into week 5. Seriously, they could be 0-4. That's a tough schedule right there.
Yeah, it's a tough schedule. Yeah, it's tough.
But it gets down to the point too where you're talking about having Kingston in there. That could have been the only game they could have got. That might have been the only game that was there. I know it's a gate game.
It's a gate game.
Northview is a game that probably they had to get.
Right.
But it would have been nice to have maybe where Kingston's at right now to had Claiborne.
Well, yeah,
there.
and
or Sunbright.
And Claiborne County again is another one that you probably have to find because of the region alignment. But you already have Greenback and you already have Cofield in there. I mean, it's brutal trying to get all this stuff together. What are your thoughts on the college scene right now?
I don't know. We'll just wait and see. I mean, I think the biggest talk you're hearing right now is Michigan, Florida, Alabama, Florida State, Tennessee, Georgia Tech. I mean, those are all some big games. Ohio State. I don't know who they got. Ohio State. Been hearing a lot of people talk about Ohio State.
Well, chances are it's another team from Ohio. They play east, west, north.
Yeah, they probably do. They're talking about that this is the year that Urban Meyer needs to probably do something at Ohio State. So just have to wait and see. I still think Tennessee's key is Georgia Tech. I think they win that. It helps them out a little bit. And then Florida's come out and said today we might play 3 quarterbacks. I don't think that's going to work. I mean, you might, but I don't.
Well, if they play 3 quarterbacks, then he's wasted an awful lot on the transfer from Notre Dame. I mean, he's probably run a young quarterback off by bringing in the guy from Notre Dame.
Well, he might have,
and somebody else will probably transfer because of that. So if he's got quarterback troubles right now, and the kid from Notre Dame doesn't work out, he's risked an awful lot, and will pay a pretty high price for that.
And there's some people from North Carolina talking this is going to be North Carolina's year this year, and that's come with a lot of resistance. I mean, they lost a lot. Everybody thinks it's Florida State. So I think the biggest game probably is Florida State and Alabama. I think that's the biggest game on the map right now. That'll happen Labor Day weekend. Now for us around here, it will be Tennessee and Georgia Tech.
Florida State schedule.
I'm not really wanting to pick that game because I just think that's going to be. You could go wrong easily in that game. You could pick Tennessee to win, and Tennessee really could get beat. Whether it's by 1 or 2, it's a loss. But Tennessee could very easily lose that game just because of the crazy offense that Tech runs. So I don't know. I don't know who to. I don't even have a clue who I'm going to pick
now. I think that game is more of a just Tennessee's offense. I think Tennessee's defense can contain enough, to hold them, but can Tennessee score 21 points or so?
Well, we'll see here in about a week.
But I think one thing you will see, I think you'll see a high octane, wide open offense that day. Just just to, you know, to air it all out and get the dust off of every corner of it, because it's going to be an offense that really needs to get rolling and stay rolling.
And maybe they'll settle on a quarterback. We'll get that issue settled, and that will help a little bit. But that's just what the college scene. I mean, I just think everybody's talking. Everybody thinks. I don't know if I didn't see the last rank. Did Florida State get ranked number 2 because everybody predicted that would happen? I don't know if they got ranked number 2 or not.
Well, the thing with Florida State is after that Alabama game, their schedule is probably the least risky in the ACC.
I agree with that.
I think Alabama and Clemson are their 2 biggest ball games.
I agree with that. I can agree with that.
Ohio State is 2.
Ohio State's 2 in both polls.
If you look at
is that the coaches poll or?
I think it's about the same in both of them. I think if you
sort of thought that might be a setup of 1 and 2. They thought Florida. I know they was ranked 3 and 1. I never heard the other.
Yeah,
I don't know if they got ranked 2 or not.
It's Alabama, Ohio State, Florida State, Southern Cal, Clemson, Penn State, Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Washington, and Oklahoma State. So.
And a lot of people's talking Oklahoma State too. That's somebody that they're talking about. You hear a little bit of talk about them. Like I said, it's early, so everybody's talking right now. And I guess the team the coach that's being talked about the most, being on the hot seat, Kevin Sumlin at Texas A&M. He's one that's really on the hot seat.
And he's one that the hot seat may get so hot about middle of the season if he's 1 and 4 or he's 2 and 4, they could pull the plug on that one quick.
They could pull it quick. Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, let's take a break, come back, and we'll talk more about the college scene here in one moment.
That was me, way back when. Some things have really changed over the years, but some things have gotten even better, like Reno's customer service. It's faster, friendlier, and we offer the name brands you ask for. East Tennessee's team dealer, Reno's Sporting Goods.
We treat you like family at RMG.
If you have scrap metal, Rome Metals will pay you cold hard cash on the spot. Junk cars, we buy them. Ferrous and non-ferrous metal, we buy that too. Aluminum cans, you bet. We can also arrange pickup for industrial customers. Rome Metals is located just off Highway 27 between Herman and Rockville. Open 8 till 4 weekdays and 8 till noon on Saturdays, the 11th and the 25th.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry, plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
We put a lot of love into our award-winning ribs to ensure you'll love them too. Calhoun's, over 30 years of love and ribs.
There's only one thing better than owning a Simplicity lawn tractor or zero-turn mower, and that's purchasing it at your neighborhood Simplicity dealer. It's like getting a free outdoor power equipment expert who will help you select, operate, and maintain your equipment for years to come. So visit your local Simplicity dealer today and get a free expert with every purchase.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
If you play team sports, you want the best gear and the top name brands. That's why at Reno Sporting Goods we offer the best and safest gear from top manufacturers like Adidas, Russell, Wilson, and more. Reno Sporting Goods, your team dealer.
Well, the college scene is going to get started Saturday night. Stanford at Rice in Sydney, Australia.
Okay.
So there'll be a lot of boosters on the airplane for that.
Yeah.
For that ball game. South Florida will be at San Jose State, and then on Thursday the 31st, the first big full weekend, Ohio State will be at Indiana, and Oklahoma State will be Tulsa. Not a lot of really big opening game. You got Alabama at Florida State is a huge one. Southern Cal will have Western Michigan, not so good. Michigan and Florida, as you mentioned earlier. Then and LSU playing BYU. BYU's a team that'll we'll find out about LSU's pass defense that night because
Yep. That's a game I hadn't talked about. That's one that's been talked about a lot too.
Georgia, Appalachian State. Appalachian State came to Knoxville last year and had UT on the ropes, and UT able to get away. Appalachian State missed some field goal attempts, and then Dobbs fumbles at the very end, and Hurd falls on it for a win. Another coach that a lot of folks are looking at is down in Florida with Lane Kiffin starting a new head coaching gig.
Yeah, they don't think he'll be there long.
They don't think he'll be there long?
Nope.
They think he's just using it for a stepping stone?
Yeah, there's talk, Ole Miss.
I tell you, I think if the Ole Miss guy does, Luke, if he because he played there, if he does, anywhere close to a decent job, I think they give it to him.
He's an Ole
going
Miss.
to be in probation for a while.
Yeah, he's an Ole Miss guy too.
And
so.
that's right. And Kiffin has already done that once at Southern Cal, taking a team that's been on probation. And
that's why he might be being considered. You ever thought about that?
And he knows how tough that is, though.
Yeah. That's just that's just early talk
Right,
that
right.
it could be a stepping stone
It
for
could
him.
be. It could
to
be.
At Ole Miss.
I think the thing that hurt Lane Kiffin more than anything was the fact he didn't get that Houston job.
Yeah, probably.
Because a lot of folks had him penciled in, and when that didn't happen, they're thinking that Houston's found something or the athletic director just didn't want to hang his hat on him. But
And the guy at Auburn, Gus Malzahn, could be in he could be in a little bit. He needs
because
to win.
they're looking for Auburn to contend
in the West
with Alabama for a SEC championship. The quarterback's Heisman candidate.
And the Texas A&M job, that's another job you've heard Kiffin's name just mentioned. His name's going to be mentioned at a lot of places. That don't mean he'll go there. It'll just be mentioned.
I don't see the Texas A&M job being a fit for him, though. That's not a good place for him to be. There's too many hot spots at Texas A&M.
Well, I'm just saying. That's just the talk. You asked for the talk, and that's it. Yeah. I watch a little bit of the sport. You don't, so you're too busy paddleboarding on the lake, I guess.
Well,
and everybody needs to watch next week. Ron's going to paddleboard up. We're going to film it as he comes up, and he's going to have a wireless mic out there, and we'll see just how good he is. I hope Brad's got insurance. And Brad's going to have a drone up getting him, and I hope Brad's got insurance on the wireless mic, though, because there's a possibility he'll go in.
Oh, listen at you. As you look at some other teams, Georgia, number 15, LSU 13, all opponents of UT. So you've got the number 1 team right now. You've got the number 13 team, the number 15 team, and the number 17 team, all on your schedule right now.
You sure do. You sure do.
Georgia and LSU tickets, $105 a piece.
Better buy some.
I got some, but I'm just saying, $105 a piece.
Better buy some.
It's gotten to where it's take a family of 4 over there for a day now.
I'm sure that you said you got some tickets, and now let's clarify something here. Your son bought them, or somebody gave them to you, because you didn't buy them.
Well, I can show you the check.
And no, you can't show me no check. You made your son give you the money, and you put it in your check account. Maybe you wrote it. You didn't buy no tickets.
No.
Me and Brad's not on TV, but he's sitting here. He can hear. He knows how tight you are, just like I do. So
Well,
I don't buy that.
Just,
that you bought some tickets.
Just
and
trying
you
to
got
relay
some
a little information to you.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
sure.
I'll tell you another team that's back. Miami, ranked number 18 now.
You run a good coach
Rick,
off at Georgia.
Rick
he'll
is
turn that program around. Don't be shocked if he don't win the national championship in the next 5 years.
And another team that you have to watch for is South Florida too, because Strong from Texas ended up down there.
He'll
and-
recruit
and
some
he'll
kids
recruit
in,
well.
and he'll turn that program around a little bit. They just didn't give him long enough at Texas.
Well, and the thing about it is,
Plus he had some trouble.
when he starts bringing some of those Texas recruits over to Florida with the Florida recruits, that'll be tough. So that's a team that you need to watch for. Another team, Virginia Tech. That guy's come from Memphis, and he's done a nice job.
Yes, and then you talk about SECs, a team that's being talked about. I don't know if it's phony or what, but it's Kentucky. That's a team that's being talked about.
I think that's phony.
Well, it might be phony, but I'm just saying it's a team that's being talked about. South Carolina is another team that's also being talked about. They're predicting that they'll be really good on offense, but very questionable on defense. And they're saying if they have any type of defense, they could have a fairly good year. I don't know whether that's true or not. You say it's phony, probably.
It's phony.
If it's phony, that's all right.
It's phony.
Wouldn't
Again,
it be something
week
to lose
2.
to South Carolina again and Kentucky.
It would be. It would
and
be.
then lose those other 5 games and not be 5-7.
Oh, come on.
What do you think?
Come on. I think you're being a little facetious here right now.
No facetious. Just I've said 7-5 all along. No better than 8-4.
Week 2, high school football.
Not
some outstanding performances by some kids all over East Tennessee this week, and an opportunity now to start watching some teams progress and some programs to show what they've got, and a lot of new plane services in East Tennessee thanks to the Haslams.
Yep. Playing on the turf.
And now a lot of help for high school bands. $50,000 for the bands.
Give what, 1.3 million or 1.5 million to the bands and different things to go for different things, instruments, uniforms.
Yeah.
I think each school in Knox County is going to get maybe 50-some thousand or something. So
for the band.
For the
and
band.
The academic side gets additional money.
Gets some additional money, so that's really good. So that's big.
So again, as you look around, coaching change, Lenoir City right off the bat, big dividends. Got a big win.
Told you.
And Loudon, a new coach, and that one's gonna, that one will be showing some dividends as well. Some new teams in the area that folks will be seeing for the first time, and especially in. For Kingston, as Northview Academy, Gatlinburg Pittman is back. They used to play some in the playoffs with Gatlinburg Pittman, but those are Pigeon Forge. So it's an opportunity to see some new schools come into your area and play. But it's just a fun time of year, and hopefully the weather will get a little easier.
It's supposed to be nice, in the 80s, I think, Friday.
So it's a good time to be here in East Tennessee. Also, we'll tell you that again at the top of the hour, the coaches show with Coach Gaddis will be here, and he'll be talking about last week's game, have some highlights of it, and breaking down a very good. Even though they lost last week, a Dobbins-Bennett team that is always pretty tough. It's a nice road trip. Kids will have a good time heading out on Friday, and probably having them a big meal and playing in a really nice high school stadium.
It is.
So any closing thoughts from you?
I think Oak Ridge wins big. I don't know how big is. But I think they win.
Oh, I don't.
Probably. I'm going to say 36-17.
36-17. Okay.
Yes.
I think it may be a little more on the offense and a little less on the defense. I think it could be a big win for them.
Think more than 36?
Yes.
See, I come a little low. I was going to say 46. You talked me into saying lower. Well, 55 earlier.
That's right.
I'm going to say 36-17.
Good. Okay.
Oak
Well,
Ridge.
you've been pretty close here for a while. Well, we'll give them a chance to get set up for the for the coaches show. We're here at Calhoun's on the river here in Oak Ridge, and back in the event center. So it's a good place to come and enjoy a meal and hear from Coach Gaddis. So come on down to Calhoun's.
In the event center, around at the side. You got to come around the side and come in, okay. Not at the main door. And
we will be in Oliver Springs on Friday night for the Kingston Yellow Jacket Oliver Springs game. So we'd invite you to tune in at 7 o'clock for our pregame show from Oliver Springs. And always a fun place to go. The Crazies will be out, I'm sure. And so it'll be a big crowd at Oliver Springs. Always when you have Kingston, you always get the big band to go with it.
Yeah, Kingston's got a good band. Well, Oliver Springs does too.
A good band. So come on out Friday night for high school football. We'll be back here in the locker room next week.
That was me, way back when. Some things have really changed over the years, but some things have gotten even better, like Reno's customer service. It's faster, friendlier, and we offer the name brands you ask for. East Tennessee's team dealer, Reno's Sporting Goods.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
If you play team sports, you want the best gear and the top name brands. That's why at Reno Sporting Goods we offer the best and safest gear from top manufacturers like Adidas, Russell, Wilson, and more. Reno Sporting Goods, your team dealer.
I got to go to the UT Clemson game in 1974, see two of my favorites hook up for a game-winning touchdown.
One of my favorite memories was the 98 Florida game when they ended up throwing the goalposts in the river.
I went to the 0-2 Tennessee-Arkansas overtime victory, and to this day my wife still gives me a hard time for leaving early.
2 years ago, I got to go to my first Vanderbilt game with my dad, who says he's a good luck charm. That game he was.
I want to say that I was there when they did it, and they're going to do it again, and I know it.
Calhoun's, over 30 years of love and ribs.
Train, extreme conditions testing. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable heating and cooling. Train, extreme conditions testing. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable heating and cooling.